Welcome to Drive 615. Let's go for a drive. This is the 2021 Dodge Charger Hellcat Redeye Widebody. I've had this four-doored beast as a press car from Dodge for the past week, where I've been daily driving it and experiencing all that it has to offer. First, we're going to take a look at the exterior of the vehicle, then we'll hop inside, take a look at the interior, then we'll go out and take it for a drive. The exterior color of this vehicle is F8 green. I feel like this color really suits the muscular and aggressive stance of this vehicle. Total MSRP as tested is $90,560. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the exterior. You notice we have our satin black hood. We also have the roof, trunk, and spoiler in satin black, a $3,495 option. Comment down below, guys, what do you think of this? Would you prefer all one body color, or do you like the black to kind of break things up? I think the black looks pretty nice. We have our newly designed functional performance hood, which is much needed with this beastly engine we have up underneath. Coming down through here, we have our mail slot grill opening. And this does such an aggressive car. I mean, when you see this thing coming, you know it's time to get out of the way. We have our SRT indication here. So with the wide body, you get integrated fender flares that add 3.5 inches of body width. So just take a look at that. I mean, it's just so seamless, the integration. And it really just sets this vehicle apart. We've got 20 by 11 wheels with some meaty 305s all the way around and split 5-spoke carbon black wheels, a $695 option for those. Brembo brakes in black, a $595 option. 15.7-inch rotors in the front, 13.8 in the rear. As we come up here, you'll see another logo, but this one is special. As you'll notice, it has red in the eye, letting you know that this is the Redeye. Continuing up the side, I do like how the trim is blacked out too. Gives it a nice touch. And again, we have the satin black roof and satellite as well. We'll take a look at this vehicle from the profile, but for me, where it really excels and looks its best is from the front and the rear. But nevertheless, here is a side shot for you. And coming around here, you'll see some more functional venting and aero. And of course, the iconic Charger tail lamps. We have yet again another SRT logo, no Redeye here. That's reserved for the side logos. We also have the Charger indication. I like how this is blacked out. I think that looks really good. Let's go ahead and pop the trunk. You can just push this button right here, or you can use the key fob or the button inside, and this will automatically open, revealing a very spacious cargo area. 16.5 cubic feet of cargo space. You can fold down your rear seats here accordingly. There is no soft automatic close, however there is this handle here, and you just have to simultaneously pull your hand out as you pull it down if you want to avoid touching the paint. We have dual exhaust, single exit on each side. So speaking of, let's go ahead and take a listen. Wow, I think that sounds so good. So that's the exterior of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and hop inside and take a look at the interior. Starting off with the steering wheel, it is Alcantara wrapped as part of the Alcantara interior package. There's a $995 option that gives you this, as well as suede door trim paneling, and also Alcantara and Laguna seats with the SRT logo embossed. As far as the settings of the steering wheel, fairly simple. This will control the digital portion of your instrument cluster. phone settings, cruise control settings. Paddle shifters are mounted to the rear of the steering wheel. This is a heated steering wheel. Coming back here, you'll notice the paddle shifters don't extend too far down. It's taken a little bit of getting used to, but overall, no issue there. The volume and radio adjustments are located just at the bottom where the paddle shifter's in on the back side through here. Working our way up, you'll notice we have a suede A-pillar and also fully suede headliner. That's part of the suede and carbon interior package. It'll also give you real carbon fiber interior accents all the way around the dash through here, down through here. That's $1,595 for that option. I think it's an option that really sets this car apart. Cool little Easter egg here. You'll see it says Dodge Brothers, designed in Detroit. Perfect little place to store your key. I've been keeping the red key in there. Another little storage compartment right up here, as well as a 12-volt plug. So we work our way back. You've got our cup holders. Popping open this center console, you'll have a coin tray that you can either slide forward or back or just remove altogether. Got another 12-volt plug through there, 2 USB ports and an auxiliary jack. It's really nice that these are illuminated, especially at night if you're kind of fumbling around trying to find it. Very, very helpful feature there. As we work our way back, you do have 3 seats in this vehicle. The outer 2 are heated. We've got 2 more USB ports located down below the vents, beside your heated seat buttons. So lots of connectivity in this vehicle. As we work our way up, we'll go ahead, fire it up. We'll take a look at the SRT and launch buttons here on the performance pages on this 8.4-inch display screen. This is a push to start vehicle, so I'll put my foot on the brake. Key fob is in the vehicle. Push to start. Get your Redeye startup photo right there. And we're gonna go and hop in, take a look at some of these screens. We do have the navigation package on this vehicle. I really wanna focus here though on this SRT performance buttons, so you can change between the different drive modes. We have auto, custom setting here. We go back to the drive modes. You'll see sport, track, and as you do that, it's going to show different changes between the power, transmission, the paddle shifters, traction, suspension, steering. So you can really, really optimize this in a way that makes sense for you. Additionally, you have other race options where you have line lock, launch control. This does have a chiller. So essentially, you can chill the intercooler, shift lights, you can change that in the instrument cluster. You also have race cooldown, so just tons of really, really cool stats. It's gonna give you battery status, system status, and it's gonna let you know if cooling is required or not. Of course, you know, you've got regular media and your climate controls, different seat settings, connectivity with the apps. Here's your navigation, right? Phone and other different settings. But really, in my opinion, I am a big fan of this SRT button. I've been using that pretty much the entire time. I had on here for the different performance pages, so as this loads up, we'll get to take a look at those. This will show the different horsepower, G-force, some different timers, gauges. I mean, this is just engine performance. It's just, take a look at this. I'll give it a little quick rev. You can see that ramped up there if I were to go on home. Back here, you can see the horsepower ramp up. Watch this. Went up to like 483, I think, with just a little rev. And also you got dyno. So just so much different variability in customizing this vehicle that makes it that much more fun and immersive to drive. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take it out for a drive. Behind the wheel and on the road in the 2021 Hellcat Redeye Charger. What are we working with underneath the hood? That is a 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi V8, producing 797 horsepower and 707 pound-foot of torque. That is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. However, you can shift utilizing the paddle shifters or here on the gear selector by popping it over and shifting up and down accordingly. This is just an incredible car. I've absolutely enjoyed driving this for the past week. I'm gonna quickly touch on comfortability, then we'll really get into the meat of this, get out driving it and have some fun. As far as comfortability goes, I'm 6'5" tall for point of reference. I've got several inches of headroom, so I feel really comfortable there. Leg room is excellent. Just really a spacious vehicle. And the great thing is 5 seats. That's the thing I love about this Charger, is the fact that it's just the true American muscle car, yet it provides practicality, power, performance, all bundled into one. Visibility is great. B-pillar is really thin there, so you don't really get any blind spot. Huge front windshield, really spread out. So that's pretty much the overview of the inside as far as I'm going to touch on there. So now I could talk about all the stats and details of this car. I could talk about how the upgraded torque converter on the Redeye gives you an 18% increase in torque over that of the standard Hellcat. Could talk about the carryover from the Demon. Could even talk about the 25 major upgraded engine components, including a larger supercharger, strengthened rods and pistons, fuel injection system, the list goes on and on. I could even touch on the adaptive dampening suspension. However, I would like to spend my time showing you what it's like to really drive this car, the emotions and the reactions that come along with it when you get out on the road and push this car to its limits. I've been blessed to have driven several Hellcats in the past. This is the first Redeye that I've driven. I've been driving it all week, and I haven't really unleashed its full power yet. I wanted to save that until I was on camera with you guys so I could get the most genuine and natural reactions. Tires are warm. I am on familiar streets, and thankfully I've had enough experience driving high horsepower vehicles. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get some reactions here of driving the 797 horsepower Redeye. We are in sport mode now, which means that we're getting full power. And as I come around here, I'm gonna utilize the power shifters and downshift. Oh! Oh my goodness. That was just barely kind of getting on it as I was going through those corners. It handles so well for a 4,600 pound vehicle, and that just really speaks to the engineering that they've done on this vehicle and how well they've crafted it. I'm getting goosebumps. Like, that is legitimate. And that was just a brief acceleration. I can't wait until we do a full-blown launch control here in a little bit. This car is no joke. No joke. You gotta be paying attention with this car because it can get away from you if you're not careful. Again, thankfully I've driven a lot of cars with power to know what it's like, but my heart is racing right now. My heart is absolutely racing. I do a little paddle shift. I'm in D3, D2. That car breaks loose. Even with those meaty 305s in the back in the wide body, it will still break loose. And that wasn't from a stop, that was from a 30 roll. So, yeah, this car is one, I mean, you gotta be careful. You gotta really take this car seriously. Of course, you respect it, you know, it'll respect you, but it's not a car to take lightly. I mean, it's the world's fastest mass-produced sedan, so it's no joke. And it handles well through the corners too, which is supercharger whine gets me every time. So you guys saw at the beginning of the video I did the rolling line lock burnout. Now we're going to test out launch control. I'm on a straight strip right here. I'm going to turn on my performance page, press launch. I will activate launch control. You can adjust the RPM from 1,000 to 2,500. Vehicle speed must be 0. Foot on the brake. I'll put my foot on the throttle. Release the brake. Like, oh man, that was quick and effective. It did exactly what I needed to do. It just got me going quick, and yeah, it's just, the scary thing about this car is that the tires will break loose, and it's almost like you don't necessarily know when it's gonna break loose. The tires are warm now. I was on a safe street, but again, it's just like tough to say when it could. So you always gotta be, you know, on your A game and staying alert, but all in all, I'm not complaining. Go ahead and get a little acceleration here. Yeah, this is just, it puts a smile on your face. It's that fine line between like, wow, I'm having fun, and holy cow, I'm scared because this car is a beast. Even just doing that, like just a little, like, okay, I'm going like 40 miles an hour right now. I'm just gonna give it just a little blip at the accelerator. Here we go. unreal. Oh my goodness. This car is raising my blood pressure. Wow. In addition to that supercharger whine, you also get some nice exhaust out of this Redeye. It's really tuned well, where it gives you some back pops and burbles. And we got our adaptive dampening suspension that I mentioned earlier working for us here through these corners. And as we exit this corner, we'll get an acceleration here for you. Oh my gosh. I'm like fangirling over this car right now. It's absolutely incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. I know I really enjoyed driving this car. If you did, leave a like. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next video.